Booyah.
And we are back with the Brady show. Good night of fights last night.
Who was?
Let's
Can we address our uniforms first?
the Brady Bag show.
You know, in the 90s when you had brothers and shit, and grandma come through with with that bullshit.
And this just says Nike on it. This is Nike.
Listen, one thing about Nick gonna go high end. Nick don't fuck around when it comes to the apparel, right?
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah, these may actually be coming soon. So
yeah, these are
those exclusives.
These are nice.
One of ones.
Yeah, well, one of three. They feel good though. But good 2 weeks for the team, man. Pat did his thing last night. We had regional MMA. Our boy Manny got a 6-second or 8-second head kick. So it was a good night for the squad.
We were in and out.
That's
good, man.
Last night I was wrong about Josh Emmett.
It's okay.
But I heard it was a very boring fight. I didn't watch it. I was asleep. I fell asleep after Pat.
I got a lot of backlash about calling him saying that Lerone is more well-rounded.
Yeah, well, and he's not a prospect. No, like, he's not going to beat anybody that's like it looked from what I've seen, he was just running.
He just called out Brian Ortega, said he would knock him out. Now, granted, he gave Josh Emmett his respect. He said, like, yo, he's a hard-hitting puncher. Yeah. Like, this is the way you have to beat him. I can't take any chances. I can't make any mistakes. He also got
taken down 4 times.
Like I said, I know you were at the fights and you probably didn't see it, but you're going to jizz when you see this high, right?
He got taken down 4 times.
Yeah. It was like I said, again.
You should have took that. You should have took that bet.
I took Josh Emmett by KO.
No, but I'm saying, like, when we were trying to bet each other, you should have took that bet.
I thought Lerone would win, but I did put something in the last minute, like just a Josh Emmett by KO.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the card. I'll go through it a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go through.
Just ask
what
me.
What we really care about, Pat Sabatini.
Pat domination, belt to ass again.
Belt to ass for a very dangerous fighter. A lot of people were a little like iffy on coming in there, like saying, like, and obviously anything can happen in a fight, but I knew Pat was going to come in here and do exactly that. Pat can do that to anybody.
Yep. Now, granted, like, as people that know you or whatever, as a fighter, like, even for me, like, in my mind, I trust Pat. I want him to win. I believe he's going to win. Mm-hmm. I'm going to, even if I'm going to say it, right? But is it wrong to be like, but damn, this just feels dangerous? Like, it just feels like a dangerous fight. Do you take that as like, you're not believing in me, or do you take that as like,
no, you can.
It's the fight game, right?
Yeah, it's the fight. Well,
and it's a respectable fear. I felt like I was like, this is a respectable fear. Like, this dude is dangerous. I respect what I've seen him do. I just don't want this to be the way it goes down on my boy, right?
Yep.
So,
but it didn't.
But realistically, Kurt, what it is you're in the gym with them.
Yeah.
So not only do you see them as a fighter, but you see them as a friend.
I care.
So you kind of feel like, oh, if I don't pick them, there's a part, because I'm the same way. If I don't pick them, then I'm not being a real friend. But at the same time, you got to be realistic. The other guy's just as dangerous as them.
Yeah, well, we've been on here where we've had people we train with where we're like, yeah, we're picking them, but like same thing with me and Dober. Like,
yeah. I like him.
Yeah, but like Pat's like my fucking teammate and my brother. So
don't get it twisted. Highly capable. Pat can do that to anybody in that division.
Pat can be a world champion.
Hold on. Before we move on, I gotta do something. Pat, I gotta tell you, my brother, I love you. Thank you. If you noticed, I got a 24-ounce coffee this morning, but I also bought some gifts for you. I'm flexing.
Here we go.
I don't really flex. I touched some money. I touched some money. I bet everyone's got. I bought gum for everybody. Thank you. Courtesy of Pat Sabatini.
Who fucking grandfathers is at church? Grandma have a peppermint.
a caramel candy.
Yeah.
Ew.
And it's dry as shit.
Butterscotch candy was the worst in the night.
Yeah, I like butterscotch candy.
Ew. Your candy dish had that, but remember the strawberry wrapper joints? They were the best ones. I don't know if you ever seen those.
With the gooey middle.
Whatever the fuck that was. They were the best ones.
You would like the gooey middle.
I liked it. I got a gooey middle.
This kid, they were calling him he was saying like he's like Khabib. I seen it. He had
which one? Chang Ho Lee?
The one who won, yeah. Mm-hmm. I seen a little bit. I was driving home and I was trying to watch, But yeah, it looked like he was pretty good on the ground. I didn't see the whole fight.
He did. And the dude Cortavius is very, very small.
Yeah, but he was
the better athlete.
He was exploding out.
Right.
Like this kid was on his back.
But when you divided his body in half, it just seemed like his upper, like it was just kind of trying to get up. He didn't have the technique. Nah.
He had power, but he didn't have the technique to get him out of the spots that he was in, like when he was caught in the body triangle.
Yeah.
We called Brad Tavares. Gerald couldn't get him down. Even in the third round, he was on his back against the fence. Separated, couldn't do nothing with it. Brad Tavares is very hard to take down. We literally said that on the show.
And the other thing is, people got to realize, like, Gerald Meerschaert being a submission expert.
He's not a wrestling expert. He's not a takedown expert.
Right. So
if you can't take somebody down,
right,
you can't submit them.
And that's what you got to think about when you really take that as a bet. Like, like I get it. If he gets it to the ground,
can I get you there?
You
think he's like one of Dana White's kids' godfathers or something? Why he's like still in the UFC?
Because he's a threat.
He wins.
Yeah. He wins the ones that he's supposed to die in and loses the ones he's supposed to win.
But
that's
he
what
wins,
I kind of feel.
Like, he comes, he gets beat up, he'll submit you in like the third round.
When's the last time he got beat up? Joey? He never really. When did he ever take big punishment?
Yeah, bro. He gets punched on all. No,
Piper's joint wasn't super bad.
The one Russian dude beat the fuck out of him. Then he submitted him in the second round.
Oh, Murdoch.
Yeah. But all right, we're spending too much time on this fucking card.
Ode Osborne, he got performance of the night.
Yeah,
one of them.
He smoked this dude.
Yeah, first round looked bad because he got put on his back, and I was like, oh god,
it's over.
Yep. And then he got up and he started piecing him up, and then it landed. So that was cool.
You want to talk about your boy?
I have to stop here. Torres Finney versus Robert Valentine, and it just makes you think like
four significant strikes. UFC is looking at him like
it makes you think. Did Dana make a mistake, or should Dana follow his instincts from Contender, which I get he got that finish that kind of got him in, but you already saw what he truly is twice, right? Yep. And then you kind of do it out of, I gotta do, you know what I mean? He don't got to because it's Dana White, but like I gotta let him in, like you gotta, whatever. And when you watch a performance like that, my question for you is, one, do you think they really need to separate the terms of grappler and wrestler? Mm-hmm. Because I felt like last night's performance really hurt the branding of what we call right now grapplers, or you know what I mean? Because it's like it really, if I was bringing you to my house to say like, yo, I watch this UFC every week or MMA every week, and it's explosive as this and that, and then that was the fight that we started on, you would probably be like, I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
John Cheeks.
From what you guys are saying, it seems like it was just wrestling, and then it's just like grappling is to me like submissions, ground and pound, like you're doing damage, like you're still doing things, whereas some of these guys just come in there, they try to get a takedown, and even if they do get the takedown, they don't know what to do with it once they hit the floor. So yeah, those two terms need to be separated for sure.
They do. Or I was thinking this is where one kind of had like I think, remember they used to do different rounds?
Yeah.
Now imagine Torres could only wrestle his first round.
Well, they do like Muay Thai, and then they do MMA. Muay Thai, MMA. He'd be fucked.
Hey, Dev, hold up. Here goes your winning, my gift from Pat Sabatini last night's money.
All right, let's move on to more important business. UFC 314.
Yes.
The fight I want to start with would be Cedric Dumas versus Michał Oleksiejczuk. I am going with Michał Oleksiejczuk. I think he's fought a lot better people. He has some better wins. I'm not sold on Cedric, even though Cedric only has 2 losses. It just seems like he's got a lot of shit going on outside the cage. Like, it always just seems like there's something going on with this guy. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Michał. And I see Michał is also training with the Fighting Nerds. So he changed up camps. He's training with some killers. And I'm going to pick him to get it done.
What was his injury? Was it considered broke, dislocated? His last fight was Holland, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they actually called it.
Oh, no, his last fight was...
God damn, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Shoo. He's fighting for his job, so... I don't know, that might be a bad pick. Anyway.
Dumas? You think when people back against the wall, they bring out the best performance in their lifetime?
Yeah, I think Michał is going to come out. Like I said, he switched camps. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He knows, like, if he loses here, it should already be his job. So now he's definitely really fighting for his job.
Something seems to be changing with that because like it seems like 3 and out used to be the thing type whatever, and now it seems like there are plenty of people kind of hanging around who aren't having like great success or just not really performing.
Yep. This next one, Darren Elkins, Julian Erosa. I'm going with Julian Erosa. I just feel like Darren Elkins is a little bit too sloppy. I feel like Julian's a little bit cleaner on the feet. He'll be able to just keep it together a lot better than Darren.
This shit looks like a before and after picture of like what you should do before pills and what you look like after them. Cause
I can't remember how Darren Elkins fucked me over last time. It was Daniel Pineda. All right, Daniel Pineda. I mean, it was. I took Daniel Pineda. I think we both took Daniel Pineda.
Yeah.
And Darren.
Julian's coming off that nice guillotine against Christian Rodríguez. Before that, he guillotined Ricardo Ramos. So, he's fought a lot of tough guys. But, yeah.
I'm going to let you keep rolling here.
I'm going to go with Julian Erosa.
This is probably a good one for you.
Let me see.
Chase versus... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller.
Somebody said Chase Hooper fight week.
This is a tough one, man, because you want to see Jim win this fight, but like it just seems like Chase Hooper is coming into his own as he's getting bigger and he's grown. He's not that little kid that we used to think of him anymore.
Spider-Man, Peter Parker,
he's up a weight class. He's a dad, so I know he's got that dad strength. I'm picking Chase Hooper, but there's no value there. He's like a minus 500. So at that point, if I was going to bet on this fight, I would sprinkle on Jim Miller just because it is Jim Miller. And two things Jim Miller still has is cardio and heart. Like, and you're never going to take those from Jim, no matter if he's 50, 60, 70 years old. So maybe him being that kind of like a real fucking veteran of the game might carry him through. But I could see Chase getting it done.
Is like a dad. This is like a stepdad versus stepson and shit.
Yeah,
fighting over either going to Fridays or Applebee's.
You fucking my mom.
Yeah, that's what this is.
If I was going to ask you, how do you see that going? You think Chase grapples? No,
I don't know.
And this is like a new school kind of verse.
Yeah,
Chase Hooper would be new school jiu-jitsu and MMA, correct?
Yep.
All right.
He could chin Jim Miller. He could.
I think Jim could knock Chase Hooper clean the fuck out.
I think he kind of
got some Josh Emmett in him.
But I'm saying Chase is so tall and long.
Yeah,
Jim's going to have a hard time getting in. I could see Chase just like maybe staying behind his jab, kind of chipping at Jim, and then Jim taking a bad shot.
Yeah,
and maybe getting subbed, but I don't fucking know. So that's why
Chase come out and just wrecked on.
Was it Borshev? Clay Guida. And Borshev.
Oh, yeah, he came right across the ring and just started wailing, right?
Yeah, well, his last fight was Clay, and he fucking smoked Clay. So,
let me find out we in that Chase Hooper era.
Hey, man, it's 15-3. That's a good fucking 15-3 is a good record.
He didn't win Contender, did he? Didn't he come from Contender?
Yeah, I think so.
Can't remember if he won or not.
Let me see.
I can't remember.
Jim Miller, not Jim Miller. Chase Hooper, Clay Guida, Borshev, Jordan Levitt, Nick Fiore, lost to Steve Garcia, beat Felipe something, lost to Steve Peterson, beat Peter Barnett, lost to Alex Caceres. Dude, he didn't come off the Contender.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
He was on
maybe it's because he looks like Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, he was in Titan FC. Next fight, Virna Jandiroba versus Yan Xiaonan. I'm going with Yan. I feel like she's going to be hard to get down. I don't think Virna's got the striking she doesn't have the wrestling to get the takedowns.
What were we just talking about?
We were just talking about.
But I've seen her in action. If she gets you down, she is a strong woman.
Yeah.
Very, very, very strong.
Jan's on a nice, she just beat Tabitha Ricci. She lost to Whaley, but it's fucking Whaley.
Champ, yeah.
Beat Jessica Andrade, beat Mackenzie Dern, and I remember that fight. Mackenzie and Virna are kind of like the same, where they have really good jiu-jitsu, but their wrestling isn't good. You know what I'm saying? So I could see this fight kind of playing out the same way. Yan just looks real, like she's physical, like she's strong, like she's not gonna. You're not just getting her down.
This is the battle of the eyes.
That's
I'm
great.
going to.
That's great.
I'm no longer going to talk about people and how they look.
I just get the 8-ball.
I'm changing my life.
I don't.
You can't talk about people the way you be looking either, Justin.
Sean Woodson versus Ige.
I think it's so What?
Sean Woodson versus Dan Ige. So I am picking. I am picking Sean Woodson. I think Sean Woodson's going to beat Dan Ige.
I'm going to go with Sean Woodson.
I think Sean Woodson's too big. He's too long. Dan Ige's like 5'6", 5'7". That's not small for 145, but Sean Woodson's just so big for 145. And Dan Ige's primarily a boxer. I'm sure he'll try to shoot, but Sean Woodson be able to get those underhooks. He jacks guys up. He does a really good, he turns with shots really good.
He's up the middle.
I'm gonna roll with him too. Like you said, knees up the middle, long, very long limbs.
Yeah, very long.
The only thing is he got a big ass head, so hopefully he can avoid those Dan Ige bombs.
Wasn't Woodson a pro boxer before?
He was
MMA?
Golden Gloves.
It shows unorthodox,
and he was a heavyweight, bro.
Was he Golden Gloves or Olympics?
Not sure.
No, not Olympics. But he was a pro boxer. Or he had boxing experience, but he was a heavyweight. I mean,
that's hard to believe.
Made it all the way down to 145. Well, he's tall. He's got the height for it.
Bro, just me personally, like if I was that tall, that's like,
you are that.
You
tall.
are that tall.
He's taller. He is taller.
He said, if I was that tall, that's like me saying it.
I didn't sleep. Okay, but
Joey's acting like he's 5'6".
That's true, but no, if I was that fucking tall, I'd have to hit the fucking squat bench.
Real quick, to touch on last night with Manny. I was just thinking this. So when we were sitting at the booth, bro, you know what fear had to be in Manny's opponent in his face to see the goddamn team that walked out with him. It was like watching the Avengers walk down the hallway.
I don't think that fucking kid knew we were there, bro.
Yo,
I'm gonna be honest. He never looked at that lineup, bro. He didn't shake our hands.
He got kicked in the face so fast.
Sean, Joey, Jeremiah, Andre, dude, this is who's walking out with Manny.
The whole staff.
We walked out deep, bro.
Yo, they all looked at him hard as shit. He's like, yo, I better just die.
We walked
if
out
not,
deep.
they're gonna kill me.
Manny fucking head kicked this kid so
Manny,
quick.
man.
He needed to do that.
Yo,
I think he whispered it to him.
I couldn't even turn around to say bye to my fellow brethren.
Gone.
I knew you was gonna be like,
dead ass gone. I was like, what was the route he took? Did he go right from the cage to the fucking bar?
Straight. As soon as we took that picture, I beelined straight out of the cage.
We had an executive order put in place from Mr. Brady. It was get me out. And get him right. Dude, I cut so many people off trying to get pictures with him.
That crap, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here.
That was something.
I was so tired too. I got home. I was like falling asleep during Pat's fight. I fell asleep during the Josh Emmett fight.
Oh, I want to. I know I was late. Apologize, everyone. But on the Pat fight, I did watch it. I thought it was fucking amazing.
Domination.
I was truly concerned. My biggest concern was like kind of Diego Lopez fight went with a guy who was super aggressive and like if Pat wasn't there. But man, Pat was calm, came out calm.
And he got hit.
Y'all didn't see him before it started, did y'all?
What was he doing?
Chilling on the.
No, I saw it.
I've seen it. No, I seen that. But then he was doing something like I gotta ask him what he was doing. He was doing something with his hands, and I know it was like some kind of
prayer.
No, like a mental or breathing technique. Yeah, he was doing. I gotta ask him about it, but my man looked.
He was so calm. I was like, I didn't know what I was just like,
bro. When he first caught that kick and he took him down, and the guy couldn't get up,
I was like, it's over.
I mean. I'm pointing at you like you were there, bro. Mexico, I was like, it was like fucking. I was like, damn, bro. Like, I hope Pat don't stand with this dude at all.
He was cracking, right?
Cracking,
yeah.
Bro, but he was cracking for an hour.
Yeah, I heard he was swinging hard as shit.
So that's a super. I think it's a super good win.
That dude beat Diego Lopez.
Yeah,
he beat Lopez on the contender.
That's what I was watching yesterday. But just having said that, I hope that Pat gets ranked opposition next.
Yeah, great 2 weeks for the team.
Yeah.
We had London. We had unfortunately you didn't get the fight.
I think we were going to sweep, bro.
You'll be getting it back.
Yeah.
Pat. We had 2 amateurs fight last night too. We went 1-1, and then Manny fucking did his thing.
You know what the worst thing about yesterday was? Is just like explaining. It's his worst. I never thought it would happen. The worst part of yesterday was literally having to explain or feeling like I had to explain in depth detail why I didn't fight, how bad I got sick. Everyone's like, it was an altitude, was it water? I'm like, bro, I don't fucking know.
It was the guacamole.
I don't know.
Since you said the word London, I do want to put you on the spot here. I gotta ask you something, man.
Wow.
I finally got around to watching The Journey Part 2 in London, right? And I got quick. Do you know who LeBradford Smith is? LeBradford Smith. You ever heard the story of LeBradford Smith?
No.
All right. This was a kid that like had a really good game against Michael Jordan, right? And you know this story, right?
Yep.
I watched The Journey, John, man. If I wasn't at the weigh-in, at the face-off in front of the O2, I would say you pulled a little Michael Jordan in your mind, man. And you took something personal because the way it's clipped up, it doesn't look that fucking bad, Sean.
Yeah.
I was like,
But it's clipped up that way.
It is clipped, but we were watching it. I was like, yo, he LeBradford Smith this dude. He took it personal and beat the living shit out this man, right? But when I fucking watched it, I was like, I look like a dude who just lost and didn't have much to say. Like, huh,
and
man.
And it wasn't the after.
Yeah.
It's what he did at the O2.
I remember. That's why I said if I wasn't there,
it's what he did at the O2, and it's what he did at the weigh-ins too.
Yeah,
the way he just like.
Well, I think where he went wrong with you was trying to like pick on your height.
Yeah.
And it's like, brother.
And I took that personal.
Yeah, I took that shit personal.
You have fought, well, it's like, it's what everybody wants to say. He's too small or whatever. But it's like, I mean, there's stories that go around about you, whether you fucking know it or care about it or not, where everybody's, and including me, has said, yo, pound for pound, like not that you're the strongest guy in the world, but pound for pound, it's like, this motherfucker grabs you and can get you down where he's best, like you're fucked. And then now it's like everything's coming together and you're putting time in and you're fucking doing your thing. But like this dude talking about fucking height, I would feel disrespected too. Like, yo, what about my skills?
Well, what Kurt's trying to, on The Journey,
you
like,
took it personal.
No, it looks like they make it seem like that, like.
It was cool.
Everything was cool, but they weren't at the O2.
Yeah,
they weren't at the weigh-ins. Like when, and then he wouldn't shake my hand.
It looked like a LeBradford Smith
I'm like, all right,
I was like, yo,
he wouldn't shake your hand.
Made it up.
I wouldn't. Like I shook his hand at the O2. Like I put my hand out, I shook his hand, and then he did that corny shit of like talking to him about my height, and then like his team like snickering and whatever. And then I'm like, all right, like, I'm not going to go shake this dude's hand again because fuck him. And then, so he didn't put his hand out, so I'm like, all right, bet. So,
they put you on, like when you watch this shit, you look like you on Demon Time. And it's like,
good.
Send this to Leon.
Good. I was, brother. I left my fucking family. I had a newborn at home I didn't get to sit with at all. Fuck that. I came, fuck it. I don't
get
care.
A full camp.
It's
done north.
Talking all that, fuck it. This next fight, Nikita Krylov versus Dominick Reyes, I think this is like my lock of the night. I think Dom is a fucking lock, and he's an underdog.
Yeah.
I just don't see how Nikita Krylov is going to beat him.
He's going to come out hot, trying to grapple him.
He's not going to take him down. Dom's fucking so hard to take down. Dom's on a nice 2-fight winning streak. It seems like he's got his head nice and clear. He's on a good path. Yeah, I think Dom's probably going to chin this motherfucker.
I would agree. I'm going with Dominick Reyes by knockout.
Yeah. He's gotten submitted like a bunch of fucking times.
Nikita?
Yeah. But yeah, I could see Dom chinning him for sure. What you got, Haskell? Anything? Any thoughts?
No, I'm following you guys on that one. I was just reading it up and I was like, I'll go down Reyes.
Yair Rodríguez versus Patrício Pitbull. Unfortunately, we are getting Pitbull at a later stage of his life. He is 37 years old. I just think Yair's too young, too fast. I just don't think Patrício is going to be able to do much with him.
I will not lie to you. He's a Bellator guy, correct?
Yes.
I really did not watch a lot of Bellator. Wherever his rise was, I did not catch it.
He's the man. He was,
seriously?
Yeah. He was
what
the
is
man.
his style?
He was the man in Bellator. Okay. Big punches, he's got big punches, good takedowns, good submissions. But yeah, if you go look at his record, like outside the UFC, he's got Benson Henderson. He lost to Benson, but Daniel Strauss, like he's fought Pat Kerr, like this dude fought.
And like he spun the block on a lot of these guys
Michael
too.
Chandler.
Steamed Chandler with an overhand, but Chandler steamed his brother, so they were like, he was like, you beat my little brother's ass, I'm coming for you. Lost to AJ McKee, beat AJ McKee. If you don't know who AJ McKee is, that's a really good win.
Where is he though? Well, I mean,
AJ McKee?
Yeah, Bellator's gone, right?
But now they're in PFL just sitting around with their hands in their fucking pockets. I feel bad for these dudes.
They're just in the limbo.
Limbo, yeah.
PFL, don't want them.
There's not enough venues.
PFL is dookie. lost to Sergio Pettis. This dude's been like, bro, he's gone 45, 55, 135. He's been all over the place with weight classes. But I just think Yair's too fast, too strong. He's going to be too much for him.
Are you concerned at all that he can get out wrestled by Pitbull?
Yair? Maybe.
It's a 3-round fight. No?
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't really watch Pitbull do too much other than strike. I think he primarily strikes, but
he does grapple, but I just think Yair is just going to be too much for him on the feet.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning Yair too, just based on the height.
Yeah.
5'9" versus 5'4", 71-inch versus 65-inch. That's a big deal when you're that height. So I'm gonna have to go with Yair too, especially in the 3-round if he can avoid getting taken down.
The next one, very controversial. Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva.
Are you still where you?
Why is this controversial though?
Because the shit Bryce has been saying.
Gene took it personal. Gene is trying to do this for the people.
Yeah, he's trying to do it for the people.
Yeah.
But also when we talked about it, and I was just like, yo, like Bryce like could win. People like I had a comment on there, like I don't ever comment back, but I'm like, yo, no one's talking about the shit this man has said in the public. I'm talking strictly, these are strictly fighting terms. Strictly fighting terms. Gene Silva is either going to knock Bryce Mitchell the fuck out, or Bryce Mitchell is going to belt to ass him and take him down and submit him.
I'll tell you what, just for the story purpose of it, I would love for Bryce Mitchell to win.
It will the world will flip upside down.
But at the same time, as much as people are upset, if we're supposed to pride ourselves in this supposed free country, you should be allowed to say what you want. Yes, the consequences come with it of social media. I'm learning this. But you should be allowed to say what you want.
I like what you said yesterday, too. I won't give you that. I want to tell you that last night. I'm just saying what you said last night.
I don't know what I said.
No, you didn't say nothing bad about the DC thing. That's all.
Oh, DC.
That's all. The DC thing. That's all.
Yeah. But, I mean, is it really freedom of speech if it comes with censorship? I mean, I don't agree with what he said, but you can't censor people, man. Like, you either got to pick one, freedom of speech or fucking censorship.
It's the gift and the curse. I did have a question, though, because usually you see Bryce Mitchell is usually a respectable, likable guy. Do you think something changes when you're actually fighting somebody? Even for y'all, who's the last person you fought that you didn't like? Or do you feel like, who?
Abdul.
Okay, you didn't like Abdul.
No.
Y'all squashed it afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Did it change?
I mean, sort of.
Does it change something in you when you go in there? Like, is it personal now?
Yeah.
Like,
for me, yeah. I've only had that feeling like in the UFC fights just with him.
All right.
I haven't really had it.
I got something for you, but go. I'll bring it up at the end. I'll bring it in.
Maybe a little bit of Gerald too. But I also think I had like.
I'm just curious how you gotta think both these guys are usually pretty respectable. Gene Silva high fiving, having fun, knocking you out, smiling.
Sometimes it works in the opposite though. They'll come out and you're like, these two dudes are
like Aldo.
Who was the dudes that were pushing? Like there was one fight, dudes were pushing each other. Oh, recently it was all
when he slapped him at the end. No.
Who the fuck was it? It was after I fought Gilbert. It was on the Xiaonan O'Malley card. It was Muhammad Makhachev and Manel Kopp. All that shit came out and they did nothing.
Yeah.
It was like nothing. Nothing. So that could be what happens here, but I highly doubt it.
I just want to see what they both look like fighting angry. Because like I said, they're usually pretty.
You think Bryce walks out with the Bible?
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
You remember when Diego Sanchez used to come out with the cross? Yeah, see, you don't even know that. You don't even know that.
It was like the old school, like
you don't even know that.
I was a boxing guy.
You said a guy going to cut you down. Some Johnny Cash.
Did you see the little like snippet of him talking about the fight? And he was like, "Did David cut off the head of Goliath?" Yeah. Or no, he said, "Did he try to reason with Goliath?" No, he cut his head off.
He said, "You're barking up the wrong tree."
Yeah, motherfucker.
He sounds like Mr. Herbert from Family Guy.
I would say that's my most anticipated fight.
Yeah, that's the people's main event.
Yeah,
Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett. Seen Paddy in London. Kid's big, bro.
Big as shit.
He's got to be almost 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Got to be almost 6 foot tall. Cool as shit. Because Molly was in my locker room. He was back there. And he was like, I think you're about to fuck this dude up. I was like,
I was about to ask you this to talk to him.
I was like, I am Paddy. No, but Paddy's grown on me. At first, I wasn't like too crazy about him, but he's a superstar. UFC needs superstars. His walkout when he comes out to fucking off with their head. But Chandler can knock anybody out. We've seen that.
Yeah.
But Chandler's fight IQ for being he keeps talking about him being a veteran of the game and how long he's been doing it. It's like, brother, wrestle. You do something else besides fucking. Like, I know it's his thing to throw himself into the fire, and he always talks about it. But it's like, dude, you won 2 fights in the UFC.
Yeah,
and
at
it was
some point
Dan
you
Hooker
just gotta want to win.
and then Tony Ferguson. So if the Chandler comes out who's like, I just want to win this fight, he maybe takes Paddy down and holds him. But I think Paddy has shown his ability to. He's gotten a lot better on the feet. He's big. I think he's gonna be a lot bigger than Chandler thinks, and he's gonna be long. And I think Paddy could even fucking sub him. We've seen Chandler get subbed.
I think he can knock him out too.
I think
They
Paddy
knock
gets
Chandler
him.
Yeah, man, because his debut, he got clipped a little bit, but he came out swinging.
He's got a chin.
Yeah, Scousers don't get knocked out.
Scousers don't get knocked out.
I think
Paddy
Chandler
Pimblett.
has continuously disappointed because we want to see him win. He's had close fights. He was beating Dustin Poirier, then gasses out, or didn't gas out, got it rear
got
choked. So he's had some big
I was there
moments
for
that
that
he's
fight.
choked on. Yeah. What was it, MSG or something?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm going to have to go with Paddy Pimblett just based off of...
You think people don't like him because his last name's Pimblett? Or the hair?
do people really not like him?
I feel like people either love him or they hate him. There's no in the middle.
I think people are disappointed because of the Jared Gordon fight.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the prospect. Everybody knows he lost a fight. I know he lost a fight. You know he lost a fight. So I think he's skated by on people's radars, no longer a prospect.
He what he did to Bobby Green impressed me.
Yeah, I mean,
My question about Muscle Mike, right, is, and it kind of,
I love when Dustin Poirier.
I love it.
Dustin always relax, Muscle Mike.
is that what
He calls him Muscle Mike. Relax, Muscle Mike.
Who would you want to see Chandler fight? I'm just saying. Do you want the McGregor fight with him, or would you like to see him running with Dustin?
like to see him fight Gene Silva?
That'd be a good fight.
All right.
I am personally off the Michael Chandler Conor McGregor fight.
Gotcha.
I doesn't do anything for me anymore. Conor's getting punched in crowds by BKFC fans at this point. Like, I don't know what's going on with this dude.
as long
He's
as
losing the aura.
Yeah, he's losing it.
I'm about to say, it seems like with Michael Chandler's record, like, as long as you're exciting, like, you can really just stick around.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why, again, we kind of talked about Torres Finney and stuff like that. Like, people really should take chances to just be exciting, because it seems like as long as you're exciting, you're not getting cut.
All right, the main event: Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. See that voice I just did?
Yeah, this one is
This is tough,
yo, because would this answer the question of, like, is Volk finally
Is he done?
not done? He don't have to
No,
be done.
done
but
as
you get what I'm saying.
done
The great.
as champion. Yes,
This
it
one
will.
would've hurt.
It will answer it.
I'm torn because I really, I feel like once you lose it, and once you lose it like that, I mean, you got knocked out by Islam, you got knocked out by Topuria. I feel like it's not a fluke you got knocked out twice, back to back, and then now you're coming back and in his mind, is he really going to feel he's the champion? I don't know. He's probably. I feel like he's got a lot of mental shit going in here, and he sounds good and all, but I don't believe he's like championship mentality anymore.
See, I personally, I'm going the other. I think Volk is that guy, and I think if anyone can get back to it, it's him. Yeah. Like, he's that guy. Like, he's like that guy in the gym. Like, he's a champion. Like, yes, he did get knocked out by one of the biggest punchers in the division, and then he got knocked out by Islam. But Diego Lopes, like, he doesn't have that many knockouts. Like, he's not a huge puncher. He's knocked a couple guys out, but I think Volk will find a way to win. Like, I feel like he always finds a way to win. And I wasn't super impressed with Diego versus Dan Ige. Obviously, that was short notice. He's a great fighter. I just don't think that he is on Volk's level. So I'm going Volk. Volk could be fighting Goliath, and I'd still be picking him. I
do agree with you.
I know what you're saying.
I do agree with that.
When you do get chinned twice, it's easier to get knocked out.
I'm concerned just where he is mentally.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Sean, and I will be going with Volkanovski because I was watching his fights yesterday because I was watching
he's so good,
that
bro.
Joe Anderson Brito guy, and they fought on the Contender Series.
Yeah.
And it was just so close and like back and forth.
Diego. Yeah. He lost to Brito.
Yeah, he
so-
lost to Brito on the Contender. Obviously, he
Pat.
was much
And it-
different in his like you could tell he was still like coming into being comfortable, but like
Yeah.
he had already had a bunch of fights by then. So
Yeah.
I think Volk can definitely take him down, and I think he might be able to keep him down. And obviously, he's very hard to submit.
Yeah.
I'm just worried on the feet. I don't think Diego is better than him as a striker at all on the feet, but I just hope that my thing is I don't want to see Alexander get knocked out again.
You got anything to say?
I'm a huge Volk fan, but unfortunately, I got to go Lopes. This kid's got dynamite in his hand. He's been starching everything like
He's
a
been
cheap pair of jeans,
He's
bro.
been starching everything.
Yeah, he has.
His last 2 fights were a decision,
Doesn't matter. He's been starching everything.
but he hasn't.
He has though,
He has like 2 knockouts.
bro. How bad did he beat the shit out of Ortega?
He did beat the shit out of him,
but did he knock him out though?
Twice, but he woke him back up.
But no. How
He
did he
he
win?
knocked him out. Woke
But
him up.
how did he win?
He did. He won by decision.
Okay. You're talking about this dude like he's fucking Mike Tyson.
It's my cousin. Now what?
Spell cousin.
CUZINN.
Yo, just so you know, this segment is brought to you by Caesar Sportsbooks. Head over to Caesar's app and use promo code BradyBags DYW for an exciting new customer offer. Bet $1 and double your winnings on your next 10 wagers. You can hit the link in the bio in the description for more information. Terms and conditions may apply. Always bet responsible, people.
Yes.
If you have a gambling problem,
Call Sean.
Call me.
He won't
call
answer.
1-800-GAMBLER, man. It's not. It's,
Don't lose your house.
no.
Don't bet your kids fucking Tonka toys. Don't
So don't listen to me, Brett the House on Brady.
On the Caesars
It's
app,
crazy.
you will see the Brady Bags parlay. We actually just discussed it, just to go into it a little bit further. But who did we go with, Sean?
We went with Paddy Pimblett,
Mhm.
Dominick Reyes,
Mhm.
Sean Woodson.
Sean.
Yeah.
And what does that give us odds at?
I think it was a plus. You know what? Let me log in and actually see.
I have it sitting at
Every
a
parlay we give
plus
you,
597.
I think that's pretty solid.
That's juicy.
I think that's very.
I can't believe they have Dominick Reyes as a fucking underdog.
That is really good odds
I
for
could-
only 3 fights.
if I could
3
bet,
winnable fights, bro.
Yeah, coming from a degenerate back in the day, yeah, that's really good. I used to have to build like 27 legs.
Yeah. the legs this long. You have to click the show more to see how many legs you
You guys
got.
would be
That was literally me last
very
night.
disappointed to know that I've never won one of those.
Yeah.
And I've DM'd every piece of shit fighter that lost my $5 parlay.
I had a $5 $38,000 bet last night. It lost on the very first leg with
I'm
Demopolis.
gonna pay off my car with this.
My buddy
Yo.
was upset yesterday. He goes, "Who you thinking the girls?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I can't watch it." And he was like, "I was like, who is it?" Because I forgot it was her. He was like, "Demopolis" or whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, bro." I was like, "That's the chick." That's the chick that like jumps in fucking Mike
Yo.
Bisping's arms." So I was like, "She'll out grapple the other girl."
Smoke.
Yo, he was so upset. He literally put $500 on it. He's like,
Damn.
"Oh, what the fuck?"
That's
dude?"
on him though. Why would you put
Oh,
500? No,
God.
On a girl fight.
not on women's MMA.
Sorry, I don't mean. To
This is a
sound
good.
Like that.
This is a good parlay though. So
I think it's a very, very solid parlay. Like I said, Sean Woodson versus Ige. Two more things,
Yeah,
because I know we're going
check-
kind of long. I want to get a couple more topics out of it. The other question is, like I said, and I want to keep the hype going. For just your position and everything, we are not going to forget you are the number 1 contender. And I know, my bad. But obviously, we spoke before. We spoke about possible this, possible that. But there is a theory, not a theory, but there's another conversation out there that I keep seeing is like, what do you think if Islam was to come up to 170? What do you feel about if Islam was to cut the line and he automatically gets a champ, or there is a conversation of like, what if y'all make him go through Sean Brady? What do you feel about both of them? Do you feel like a champion?
I don't think you should be able to just skip the line and just go right into a title shot when you're already a champion. Like you're getting all those perks and those privileges of being a champion. Like now you're going to go take that away from somebody else. Like I think you should have to earn that spot. So that's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, come to 170.
Yeah, cuz knock on the door.
I have nothing but respect for Islam, but yeah.
You love
Bro,
challenge, right?
I would love to test myself against Islam.
I think you've had just thinking about like what you've done already. I think like your whole like momentum change of your whole career. Like you've always had big fights,
Yeah.
obviously since
Yeah.
you've been in. But the way you did it in the last one, I think is gonna be like I don't think I don't think he's going to be like an underdog against anybody ever again. Like even in the Bilal rematch, I can't imagine that.
I'd want him to be. I want that
No, I
money.
know, from the
want that fucking
but
money.
I'm saying like where I think like the whole curve, like I think people knew it when you came back against Kelvin. You were super calm and like you dominated him, and got to submission. But now I feel like it's like after a performance like that, where everybody still held Leon in this high regard.
Yeah,
it's not like he had already he got figured out a little bit, but like only one person was able to do that dominantly,
and no one finished him,
and you did it again. But then you finished them, and I feel like obviously, I feel like you don't give a fuck, which is great. But I feel like that is going to be the most important curve. Like when you look back at your career.
No, I care. It's we're in a good spot.
Not finished. Right?
Leon can go fight CC. Let them two dorks fucking battle it out.
Fucking slump your shit though.
Yeah, he would
slap the fucking shit out of Leon.
He'll kick you right in your shit.
I will stretch that fucking bald spot on his head.
What's the other one you sent me? What the other topic?
Oh, we were talking about I saw what's the name talking about fighting Gable Stevenson.
Craig Jones versus
is that really happening?
I don't know, but Craig Jones will sub the shit out of him.
He's gonna heel hook him
immediately.
When he took the heel hooks out,
he's not gonna. It's his promotion.
He's not gonna. You think he would risk that?
Huh?
Same. It's kind of like y'all.
He's getting paid probably.
CGI again or CJI?
CJI, yeah.
Two?
Yeah.
When?
I think it's the summertime. It's a team format now, but that's a super fight that they're talking about doing.
Would you try to get on that?
I DM Craig DM'd me and then I DM'd him back. I haven't heard back from him, but I'll get on that shit if I don't have a fight.
Oh yeah.
But no, I mean, bro, he's gonna get paid, and all you gotta do is tap. If you tap, you don't get your. And Craig's not gonna rip his shit. Craig will probably look at him. He's like,
it's up to you, brother.
I got you. And then he'll go like this.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I would say for like the first 2-3 minutes, though, he's probably going to get ragdolled where he's not able
Craig's
to
just going to sit. He's just going to sit guard.
Yeah.
He's just going to sit.
And Gable might pick him up a few times.
You can't wrestle if somebody just sits on the floor and just negates it.
That is
crazy. If you think about that, you can't wrestle.
If I just lay down?
If I just lay down.
Yeah, but then if you get on top, you also
stand back. Just stand back, stand up.
Yo, speaking of jiu-jitsu...
Oh God!
You want to? I heard you what you were saying about our boy's video over in the back corner about Mortal Kombat boy.
Dev?
Yo, he was talking heavy about your jiu-jitsu.
Oh shit!
He was talking heavy.
I'll ball Dev up.
Dev does jiu-jitsu?
We were going back and forth in London the whole time.
Dev trains, but these guys were beefing in London. Then I guess Dev posted a video, and Kurt hit me up immediately and said, "I'll ball this man up."
I can't hear him. What color is he?
Blue. We both blue. We both blue.
Oh, he's fucking you up.
No, he's not. I just got a pinched nerve. I got a pinched nerve.
I got a pinched nerve.
Yo, I got a pinched. Oh,
we're taking too long.
Yo,
anything else?
I got a minute. All right. Last thing I wanted to say was we are now sent out. We started soft invitations for sponsorship for the Brady Bag Show.
Yeah.
You will start seeing some of our sponsors popping up on the show. So looking forward to that. Reached out to a couple local people first, especially people that we knew, companies that we knew of, and you'll start seeing them appear on the show. Other than that, as always, the Brady Bags picks are free on Steady Picks site. Sign up for Steady Picks Premium. They are the pros. Get your picks.
You went real quick. You went 6-1. I went 4-1. So good night for the team.
Let's go.
Good night for the team. That it?
That's it, brother.
All right, brothers.